Hello everybody, this is your boy Legend Muyui. I'm back for another playthrough of, what is it, Shadowrun Returns. Oops, that's not the game I was streaming today, but it is a game that I do play. It's pretty cool. Alright, so we're going back to Dragonfall, okay. And let me just get that overlaid so I can see you lovely people if you want to chat with me. How are your guys' weeks? My week was pretty good. Had a lot going on this week. Transportation at work was kind of weird. The local subway went down, so I had to do some other stuff in order to get to work. And it was kind of a hassle. I kind of missed my church's vacation Bible school, which is every day for a week. It's geared towards children, but adults participate too. Alright. So I think the last time we played, one of our team members, they perished. The Cruise Bazaar, home to nearly 500,000 people, and until very recently, Monica Schaefer, once a melting pot of cultural diversity. It's now a chaotic mess of wealth and poverty, crime and commerce, anarchy and control. It's also home to your own little slice of Berlin, a neighborhood that locals call the Cruise Bazaar. A safe port in the eye of the storm. Okay. Well, if you guys didn't get that, then you could read it. Yeah. And then should be able to see exactly what all that said, but we're just gonna go forth. Alright, how do I, okay, it's the right click. Alright, so I'm getting my crew inside. Alright, this is where we need to go. I'm gonna climb up. Okay. Looks pretty quaint. I'm gonna do a little analysis of the place. This is a big location. I'm not sure how much each click is as far as, you know, how far it is. But they got the fog of war thing going on. The more your sight allows you to see, you know, it comes visible. All right, so let's talk to Paul Amsel? A-M-S-E-L, Amsel. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Oh no, that's in the way. Give me one brief moment. Let's get that changed. I do apologize. We got something here. It's, no. That's not what I wanted to do. So this is in a way. So we're going to put that right there for right now. And don't you dare tell anyone about that. No, that's our little secret. Okay. That kind of works. You step inside and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. For some strange reason, when I see this guy's profile, I'm thinking of like a British accent for a guy, but I know he's German, so it's kind of weird. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face, light glinting off steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord, part deal-maker, part information broker. One of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team, and he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares, Iger's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling, how did she... His face has gone ashen. He swallows, takes a moment to chew on the words before spilling them out. How did it happen? I'm going to use my decking expertise because, well, I have one. Something in the vault security system cooked her brain. It was too quick to be black ice. Something in the vault security system got her while she was jacked in. It was all over in an instant. Like one of Ichigo Kurosaki's favorite, well, one of my favorite sayings that he said. The one was a setup 1 minute, we're cracking the safe, the next she's on the ground screaming. Because I have decking expertise. Glory nods, her motion robotic and spare. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. When I see this character, I think of, I don't even know her name. I think Daria, kind of like monotone, not really caring for anything. And they said her voice was high pitched, so what I thought of her voice, I guess I can't use anymore. That's right. Iger thrust her gloved finger into your chest, and this idiot stood by and let it happen. I can brush her finger aside. That's BS. Iger, you weren't even in the room. I can shove her hand away. Poke me again, I dare you. Ignore it. Let it happen. She jacked in, she screamed, and she seized. By the time we saw she was in trouble, it was already too late. So I can do that, or I can say nothing. Me, myself, personally, I would have time to think. I don't really speak that much. I would have ignored it, but I'm going to just say nothing. What? Nothing to say about that, rookie? If I had been in your place, Monica would still be alive and with us. Instead, I left her with you, and now my friend is a corpse in the basement. I know he's German, but I'm getting like an Aussie, Australian type of vibe from him when he talks. Look, Iger. I'm thinking, look, Iger, love, that type of thing. You weren't stuck in that basement with us. You don't know how things went down in there. So do us all a favor and shut it down, okay? Shut it down? Forget that. Iger turns to Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that. But you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough and you're going to get burned. Iger turns and focuses back to you. If you had been paying attention, you would have figured all of this out on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Iger. Amsel's voice is... Enough! No, I can't do a hoarse voice. Enough, Iger. Amsel's voice is hoarse, his expression blank. Enough. Iger pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there's a fire in her eyes. How many seconds pass between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting unplugged? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? Iger, I don't. How dare you? Look, this won't. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the last one. You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is all your fault. That's enough! Amsel's voice comes out in a roar, and his fist smashes down on the desk behind him. Iger, you and plus Anchor can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk. Action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he led us to believe. I want to know why. You're right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason why we need to find him. We saw something back there. Something that we weren't supposed to see. It's fair enough to assume that we're still in danger. He pauses, rubs his temples. Agreed. To neutralize that danger, we need to know who we're dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important, so hold nothing back. Alright, what do we want to talk about first? Let's go with the chain of events, which would start with Monica dying first. So, Monica lived long enough to say a name. Forswinge? She fought hard to tell us it. Must be important. Amsel seems taken aback. He pauses for a moment before responding. The Firewing. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. Glory raises an eyebrow. The Firewing? This flavored water is good. The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. He glances at Glory. You're far too young to remember her, of course, but for Germans of my generation, the name Fireswinge is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. Dude looks kind of cool. The dragons of today are subtle creatures, full of patience and guile. Fireswinge was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Amsel takes a deep breath, slowly releases it. There's a haunting look in his eyes. Oh man, it's probably like I was going to say Stephen Hawking, but that's not who I'm referring to. Like Robert Oppenheimer. He's probably had that type of haunting look in his eyes, like, oh yeah. Anyway, those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No one hoped for salvation, and no end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot begin to understand. And I just think of her just like bland. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away all on its own. Eventually, the Firewing was brought down by a man named Dr. Andre Vauclair. Well, with the help of the Waffle, of course, but it was experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell in a hail of bullets and rocket fire and crashed down in the radioactive wasteland of the Sox. The event was called the Dragonfall. Ha ha ha! This game is called Dragonfall. Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, German celebrated Vauclair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. If the Dragonfall was as important an event as you make it out to be, I'm surprised that I've never heard of it. Those early years of the awakening were traumatic, Iger. Not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for a bewildered public. And in 2021, which have already passed, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to yet another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, it isn't any surprise that Dr. Vauclair and the Firewing were forgotten. Dragons were yesterday's news. He rubs his temples. Anyway, again, this all happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of Fireswings is a bit of historical trivia and nothing more. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Iger sweeps her eyes across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Any ideas as to why? Amsel's voice trembles with frustration. No. Doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Fireswings have been dead and gone for 42 years. But there's only one thing I know, that I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. He visibly struggles to calm himself, takes a deep breath, and then slowly releases it. I will look into this, and I will find answers. In the meantime, did you turn anything else up? Did you turn up anything else of value? Let's go with the estate. The estate was just a front for whatever was going on in the basement. Amzo nods. That much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. That facility took serious funds to build. In time, there was more to it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. And all in secret. The owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleasant by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? After everything went to heck, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. He appeared to be head of security. That is not much to go on. Do you have any details about this orc? Do any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I can look into? He was an older guy, for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may have been medical records. That is something. I'll see what we can find out. Did you note anything else during the run that may be of value? Well, that's all we got. That's not much. Amso nods. His face is drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc, skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. Oh, wait, we're still missing something. Who paid for this run? You haven't said a thing about our client yet, Paul. You holding out on us? Whoever sent us knew what we were walking into. We were set up. That's obvious. But why? Paul's face reddens. I warned her. I told her not to take this run, but she assured me that this would be a cakewalk. You didn't bring it to her? No, she set the whole thing up herself. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in the F-State political scene. I never much liked the man, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause, anything for the Flux state. Winters swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. And that's all it took. We need to track down Monica's client and press him for information. Sound like Green Winters is our best lead then. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on that run, he's probably gonna rabbit. We need to chase him down before that happens. So we need information on Green Winters, and we need it fast. Any leads? How do we find this guy? I'm gonna go with any leads. There's a man in the cruise bazaar, a Turk named Altug Buragazi. He owns a local soy calf shop just down the way called Cafe Sevs. The man is also a purveyor of information. I've done business with him from time to time. And you think he'll know something about Green Winters? Amzo nods. When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I do not trust the man. For good reason, it would seem. I'll go talk to Altug and see what he knows about Green Winters. Pragmatic. Sounds like it's about time to pay Altug a visit. Best to be cautious in our line of work. Should I go meet? I'm already going to do that, so I'm going to say for good reason. Very well. Tell him I sent you. I will do what I can to dig into the information that you've uncovered already, sparse though it may be. Okay, so I got 5 karma. My people are dipping, and that's a dog. So let's chat with Paul. Plus anchor. Amso peers at you apprehensively. His eyes are bloodshot. His expression is grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? So I'm not gonna. Then please continue working. We need to find that. Okay. So he's not gonna let me do anything before, you know, I do what I'm supposed to do. Not sure about everyone else, but we'll see. Go Dietrich. Dietrich turns his head at your approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars, the legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still retains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all this, there's still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. Plus anchor, welcome. I've got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing, and we've got a fallen comrade to drink to. Alright, so even though I know, death is inevitable to us all, the way people mourn is up to them. I would never condone drinking. Kills great matter. So, I'm not going to take the bottle. I definitely wouldn't drink it for revenge. I don't drink, but I'll join you in saluting her memory. That sounds kind of like me. Refuse to drink. I have a job to focus on. Not right now, so I'll salute the memory. Fair enough to Monica. Dietrich shrugs. Fair enough to Monica. He takes a long pull on the bottle and locks eyes with you. So that's kind of like my water. Probably want something like this. And he probably stared me up and down, that kind of stuff. Anyway, let me ask you a question, Plus Anchor. What made you choose to come to Berlin? Why do you want to know? I had my reasons. I'd rather not talk about it. Nothing particular. Oh man, none of these are anything. Well, in the Shadowrun, in the Shadow Realm of Shadowrun, I should say in the realm of Shadowrun, you probably don't want to give up information too easily. So I probably just want to know, why does he want to know? Monica told me that you moved here from the Rhine-Ruff Megaplex. Ranru Megaplex. Made it sound like you've been there for a good many years, successful years at that. Leads a man to wonder why you packed up and moved here. It was time for a change, that's all. A member of my old crew betrayed me. I just had to drop out of sight for a while. A run went bad. My team paid the price. So, first one makes it seem like, I just wanted to do something new. I just got bored and I wanted to do things. A member of my crew betrayed me, which probably is common in the Shadowrun because people do things for their own personal interests, not necessarily looking out for the interest of others. I had to drop out of sight for a while, giving off the hint that I did something bad and I need to lay low and let some people forget about me. And we have a run went bad and my team paid the price. I'm the only survivor. Man, I don't like any of those. Let's keep it mysterious. I had to drop out of sight for a while. Sure enough, I think that most of the team is here to hide from something. Not me, of course. Given the choice between hiding from something and punching it smack in the nose, well, you know which direction I tend to lean to. But most of the others, yeah. Even Ira is hiding out from something. Really? How do you know? Intuition. Got a nose for damaged people. Wow. Called her damaged. Ha! You call a woman damaged today, and oh my goodness, the world would probably just vengefully try to kill you just because of the audacity, even though it might be the truth. Anyway. Well, most men do live in some type of truth because they're always put down. So they call it as it is, and they roll with the punches, so to speak. Of course, I spent most of my life running with and playing for folks who were damaged in one way or the other. So that might have something to do with it. So things got heavy back in the Ruroplex, and you decided to bail and head to Berlin. Am I getting that right? More or less. There wasn't much left for me in the Ruroplex, and Monica made me a heck of an offer. There was a bit more to it than that, but yeah, no offense, douchey, but we got So, more or less, and there was a bit more to it. It's the same thing. It's just saying it a little bit differently. This one is mentioning Monica. I'm going to go with this because the character that I would want to build is kind of curt, brusque, and just gives what is needed to give. So you came back to Berlin. And to Monica. Dietrich raises his bottle again, then closes his eyes and takes a long drink. After the moment has passed, he returns his attention to you. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, just was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know that you two knew each other way back, but she was pretty coy about things. Why do you want to know? We're treading to dangerous personal territory here. Are you always this inquisitive? I'm gonna stick to it, and you know why you want to know. Monica was my friend. I cared about her. Dietrich shrugs. I don't know. I guess that I just want to get to know her better. There were some areas of her life that have always been a mystery, and if you could shed any light on them, I'd be appreciated. I can respect that. It's none of your business, Dietrich. If Monica wanted you to know things, she would have told you herself. I knew Monica well enough to know that I knew Monica well enough to know what you mean. She did have mysterious ways about her. I can respect that. You know, wanting to. Yeah, this is a thing about people. You know, we want to know stuff about people, but you know, we don't want to talk to them to get a chance to know about it. And I'm guilty of that myself. So, you know, we always figure that as a person will always be there, and so we put off asking them or talking to them about certain things because of the time in our life. But when their life may have expired, we then wish that we would have spent all the time and get to know all the gritty details, and then we kind of make up portions that we don't know because we hear glimpses of it, but we can't hear from the horse's mouth, that type of thing. I'm going to go with the last one. Yeah, I know her well enough. So what was the deal between the two of you? Don't leave me in suspense. We did business. We were friends. She was we were close. Probably just meant, you know, they probably fornicated together. I'm gonna go with friends because most likely she put me in the friend zone. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Right there with you. I'm privileged to say so. She was one of the best women I've ever known. Anyway, I've taken up your time and the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk. For what it's worth, I'm happy you're here with us. Dietrich takes a final pull from the bottle, then tips it forward, pouring the rest of the ground. Rest in peace, Monica. I will miss you, girl. Well, when she dies, she's already in her destination. There is no, you know, congratulating or celebrating or anything. She's gone. All right. Let's talk to Iger. It's a difficult one. Iger glares at you, and you can taste the bile in her stare. She clearly still blames you for Monica's death. Something I can do for you, fearless leader. When you talk about Monica, yeah, you can apologize for that little outburst you had in front of the Paul and the rest of the team. You're wrong about me, Iger. I intend to prove it to you. Nothing right now. Yeah, we need to talk about Monica. Not right now, we don't. Don't push me on this, Plus Anchor. One of these days, we're going to hash this out, and you can talk all you like about your that killed one of my best friends, but that won't be today. I'll get the hint. I'll give you your space. Good call. All right, she's not talkative. What's up with Glory? And I can't see the cybernetics in her body, but you know that top face. She does look kind of cute. Anyway, Glory is beautiful. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess the game wants you to know that too. Sometimes, you know, they say a woman's beautiful, and I take a look at her, and I'm like, the heck, she's not. Average at best. But all men are attracted to women, so an average woman is still a beautiful woman. But yeah, she's with looks alone. Well, with looks alone, taking just the face and not the rest of the body, because of course, if you can look here, she's got cybernetic parts, and she's probably a 6. Glory's beautiful in a Y-fish sort of way. Is that like waifu type of thing? Y-fish? Can't be like wifey type of, I don't know. Anyway, her feet are almost elfish in their delicacy, but there's something cold about her that you find slightly unsettling. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Glory is rocking a heavy loadout of cyberware from head to toe. She looks to be more composed of plastic and metal than she is of skin and bone. In the shadows, individuals such as this are anything but uncommon, but Glory's cyberware is first generation, all of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces. This chrome was obsolete well before she was born. Plus Anchor. Glory shifts her gaze towards you, but her expression is cold and placid as always. Can I help you? Of course, I'm going to go into the astral plane. Without shifting your attention away from Glory, you allow your consciousness to partially slip into the astral plane as your third eye. Interesting. Third eye. This is really a demonic term that people use and think it's cool. You know, well, people love darkness rather than light, so I guess that answers why they think it's cool. Opens to the hidden world around you, and you feel a familiar tingle of dormant senses awakening. The room that you were standing in slowly shifts to match its true nature, a lifeless expanse of gray, ugly, and cold. Your own body, however, explodes into a swirling chaos of scintillating color. As the astral plane shimmers into view, you focus on Glory. You can still see her without your corporal vision. Her delicate frame, the bulky cyberware that breaks her silhouette, the fairway look in her eyes, but laid over the top of her physical body, there is a slight shimmer. Her aura, damaged though it may be. The chrome that Glory is sporting has really done a number on her. Whatever she may have been before she went under the knife, her aura is now reminiscent of the room she's standing in. A cold, dead thing, mockingly sculpted into a facsimile of life. Somewhere within that mutilated aura, a shred of humanity awaits, but finding it isn't going to be easy. Suddenly, Glory's body language changes. The look on her face is somewhat between suspicious and alarmed. I got something in my teeth. You're staring. With an aura this shredded by cyberware and surgery, it's going to take a minute to gather any useful information. Um, just trying to figure you out, Glory. You got a lot going on beneath the surface. I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, do you have salad for lunch? Can't be sure, but it looks like kale. You're playing with me. I don't like to be played with. Glory stares at you for a hard second, then turns her head away. With a quick bird-like movement, she thrusts a finger into her mouth and rubs her teeth vigorously. Did I get it? As Glory speaks, you continue to focus, shifting through the void left by her vintage chrome to find the tethers of her original essence. Finally, you catch a glimpse of color, a flash of her true self, and behind it, it's something else. In a reflex panic, your third eye slams shut. The hidden world of the astral plane disappears from view, and an after image of what you saw remains twisted in your mind. Glory is, or was, magically active. The shred of her essence that flinted past your vision left you sure of it. What's more, you'd wager that she had real power once, terrifying power, of the sort that you can only guess at. All of this was surprising, but it was what you saw behind that aura that chilled you at the core. There was something connected to Glory's essence, a metaphysical tether stitched into the fabric of her soul. It reminded you of a leash. You can't say for sure what was holding the other end. But whatever it was enormous and ancient and cruel, and you can't shake the feeling that as you looked into it, it stared back at you. Oh, she got some demonic stuff going on. Always the pretty ones. Trembling, you find yourself back in the mundane world. Gloria is staring at you, her neutral expression ever so slightly tinged with annoyance. We need to talk about your aura. Hey, Gloria House. How are you holding up? Don't worry about me, I'm solid. You better be. If you flake out on a job, you're gonna have problems. I'm solid. Something about Glory's gaze gives you pause. There's steel in there, but there's nothing unusual. As a rule, people in your line of work don't back down easily, but buried someplace behind the bravado and the determination, there's something else, something that makes your skin crawl. Be glad and drop it. I have a question. Thoughts we should do next? No. I'm not big on sharing sport, personal reasons. You understand, I'm sure. Sure, I understand, but I still need to talk to you. If you ever want to run with me again, you'll answer my questions down. Of course, we all have our secrets, but if you ever want to talk, I'm here. Yeah. Ask your questions, but do it quick. I have things to do. What's up with Vintage Chrome? I can't help to notice that you seem guarded, withdrawn. Let's check on the Chrome. It was cheap, gets the job done. End of discussion. I know a lot of street salmons in my time, but I've never met anyone who would voluntarily install cyberware that old. You're right. There's more to it than I'm letting on, but I'm not interested in talking about it. You're guarded. That's my problem, and under your concern. If whatever happened to you has impaired your ability to trust me, then it is my concern. Come on, talk to me. Okay. Trust is earned, and I don't know you yet. Maybe later we get to know one another better. We can talk. For now, I prefer you drop it. Yeah, that's all I need to know. Fine with me. Anything else? Yeah, you got some aura going on. I knew this would happen. Look, my aura is my own business. None of yours, understand. Agreed, but the thing I saw that was tied to your aura is as much of my business as you are. It saw me, Glory. Yeah, whatever you're doing, it's looking at people. What's wrong? Wrong. What I saw, your aura looked dangerous, both to you and me. That makes it my business. Look, I know that you're protective of your past. I can respect that, but something terrible is happening to you, and I can help you if you let me in. That's the me right there. That's straight up me. I would want to help, but you know, some people don't. Yeah, no, man, I've been dealing with this all my life. There is no one can help me. There's a reason why God allowed for us to meet. Maybe I can help. Anyway, I'm gonna go with the first one. It saw you. That's what you're worried about? A shrill laugh escaped from Glory's lips. You'll be fine. We don't know a secret. It's been watching you your entire life. You just never knew it was watching you until now. Some of us have bigger problems. For some of us, it takes a more direct interest, but I fixed that problem years ago. She gestures down the vintage chrome that riddles her small body. The interest is still there, but I can't do anything about it anymore. Not unless I let it. So, drop it, okay? She pauses for a moment, and the hard expression on her face softens. Look, I understand that you're trying to help me, and I appreciate it, I do. But I'm not ready to talk about this yet. Maybe when we know each other a little better, okay. Until then, just give me my space. Alright, so we got a woman with a shady past. Sounds like she's tied to some demonic type stuff. We have a woman who doesn't like me because I'm to blame. We have a man who just got drinking. And then we got a dog. Dante. Which is another word for demon. This game is just great. As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps around a corner. Dante, Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Ugh, Dante. Dietrich shakes his head. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. Paul Amsel. At the sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhaled, but can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago, turned into a full-blown howl, wouldn't stop, kept. That's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. I can scratch Dante's behind the ears. That's what I would naturally do, because it's not going to do anything to me. Might as well, you know, make it feel comfortable. Grab a bag of jerky on a table and give him one. Let's do that. Dante takes a treat in his mouth, but it's cleared. He has no appetite for it, and the jerky drops to the floor. He leans into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. I guess the dog is going with you, plus Anchor. No, I don't want no dog. I mean, not for all you dog lovers out there. I would not want the responsibility of taking care of an animal that will never take care of itself, as long as you're taking care of it. Humans, you raise them and they will take care of themselves. That doesn't happen with a dog. Amso takes the ragged breath and releases it. Then a slow, melancholy smile plays across his face. Well, perhaps a part of Monica lives on in Dante. No, that's impossible. Her spirit goes to its destination. And soul. Spirit and soul goes to her destination. Return to the safe house when you're finished with Altug, mine friend. With a little luck, he can help us locate Green Winters, and we can get to the bottom of this. He stares at the floor, and now I think we should all take a moment. His lip tightens for Monica. I mean, that was a short moment. Okay, that was a lot of dialogue. So, guys, let me know what you think of the story so far, if you haven't already played this game. Alright, we're going to the streets. Okay. Alright, let's take a look here. Maulite Hoyley Lane, the U-Bahn. A cat with guns. Moritz plots. I got a German friend. She would probably know a whole lot of what this stuff means. I can't read that. Rhein Nugent import shop. I thought I was in a U-Bahn, but I'm in an imported shop. Maybe they forgot. All right. So what's going on? This looks like my hub place. Donations to the soup kitchen have slowed, Samuel. I'm not surprised. Altruism often comes with an expiration date. Yeah, it does. This guy looks like he's in a straitjacket, but he's not. That was a weird outfit for clothes. Alright, that guy's kind of big and he's walking around. Oh, that's their arms cross position thing. She looks thick. Yo, that guy's huge. Yeah, I don't want to play with him. Oh, no, big boy. I don't want none of you. Let me walk over here. Semi? Alright, that guy. What's up here? My phone is ringing. What the heck is this? A statue looks like it's graffitied up. Alright, the phone is ringing. Let's check on the ringing phone. Okay, it's an old, obsolete phone booth. It's ringing. And let's not pick it up. Why not? Monotone pitch, adjusted voice began speaking almost immediately. The Schockwallen writers contact for the keys is no more. Plus Anchor is listed as a follow-up contact. This is our only secure line to the keys. Please listen to the following instructions carefully if you are supporter of our cause. Let's see. I'm gonna just listen. We have phone booths in strategic locations throughout the city. Within each one, you will find a request posted for specific information. If you can obtain a copy of this information, return here and submit it via the port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undoctored copy onto the matrix ourselves. It is our stated goal for this information to remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for sought-after information returned to this location. The line goes silent. I can hang up the receiver. I'll keep an eye out. I got enough problems on my own. I'm going to just hang up because no one's going to hear me if it went silent. This guy looks like he's thinking. I'd probably talk to him. Looks like he's an elf too. Yo, bro, what's up? How you doing today? You know, it's snowing outside. You need a jacket. He would probably say something like I normally do when people tell me, oh, it's cold outside. I'm born in November. I usually say I was born in this weather. Alright, so what we got going on over here? Oh, what is it? What is it? Alt? Shift? One of these things. I don't know what does what. Alright, let's it's a clinic. I don't need to go to a clinic right now. Looking for some magic, mind friend. I've got you. If you got the cash, old Zach's got the flash. Oh, that's drugs. Yeah, I don't do drugs. That's guns. And I think I don't know. Oh no, what happened? I'm pressing buttons. That's my problem. I'm pressing buttons. Sorry, people. Alright. Moritz plots? I guess that's the... Hey, a night worker. Oh, she looks like one. She's a dancer, though. Okay, she's... Okay, got heels on. Who's she dancing for? She's just dancing, randomly dancing, and someone's supposed to come by. Okay. Looks like she got some type of moves. Alright. I wonder who did the motion capture for this dance. Who thought this was cool looking? What type of music did they do this to? Oh, she went kind of low. All right. Ooh, they have a vegetable garden. Yo, I like this place. The anarchy sign. They got a lot of water. Well, this place I would expect to have water. But they got steel. They got concrete raised beds. It's pretty cool. Talis Karma. I don't know what that is. David. I don't know what's going on. Let's talk to David. I like that name. A pair of rounded eyes peer up at you from under the hood of a grime-smeared winter coat. You recognize him as David, one of the Cruz Baser street kids. If you had to guess, you'd place him in his mid-teens, though it's difficult to tell beneath the grime and acne marring his face. You've seen him following Monica around between runs, chasing her heels like a lost puppy. She always seems to have a soft spot for the kid. Oh hoy, plus anchor. Have you seen Monica around? I've been looking all over for her. I could send them to Paul. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Thanks, I'll do that. Yeah, I don't want to tell the kid. Well, she looks like she doesn't know where she's going. That guy's just chilling. That's where I need to go. So this is Cafe Sevs. Cafe Sevs. Or is that a guy? He teleported. She looks nice. She's probably a businesswoman. And he's a businessman. And he's like that guy who was sitting out there just looking at a particular direction. That's Al Tug. And this is Jan Goldschmidt? Jan? That's not what I'm saying when I see him. Anyway. Hello, my friend. The voice that comes from this man in the chair is as enormous as its owner. Deep, booming roar, dripping with unrestrained mirth. A fine day for soy calf, yes? Yes, it's a beautiful, every day is a fine day. I've got to run. Every day is a fine day. Altug, from the back of the store, the voice of the shopkeep cuts you off. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldschmidt, with his upper lip curled in disgust. I tolerate him only because because he takes soy calf by the bucket. Goldschmidt responds with a raucous belly laugh. Apparently he finds the shopkeeper's insults to be hilarious. Ah, Altug, my friend. You are such quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. If you wouldn't mind, are you going to put... I'm out of here. If you wouldn't mind. Once again, the shopkeeper cuts in. To bow to me would first mean you would have to vacate your chair. Shopkeep claps his hands together and claps them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team to determine young men and an ox to assist them with the task. With luck, you'll be out of your feet by nightfall. Wow. Goldschmidt smiles at you, his small eyes glinting. Enough of this senseless bickering. You have approached me for a reason, yes? Tell me, what can John Goldschmidt do for you? Something bad is going to happen if he doesn't stop interrupting me. Why do you put up with those insults? Don't you have any pride? Nothing, I'm done with this. Actually, I would probably do nothing because I'm not going to tell the person what insults to take because he may not see them as insults. I mean, he's laughing at it. He could just be thinking it's funny. Like, some people laugh at stuff like that. They're not insecure. Some people are, and it can be a problem because they're not speaking up. But some people not speaking up, it's no problem. It's no big deal. Like some people joke at me at work, joke on me at work. I don't really care, but helps them get through the day. At the end of the day, I'm good. So I'm gonna say nothing. Until next time, my friend. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Altug. The man behind the counter looks right past you at the dog following close behind. Dante, I'll fetch his water dish and perhaps a coffee for our friend. Sure, why not? Ooh, sorry about that. The Turk looks disgusting. Very well. Soy cuff. He tisks to himself. Dude. The man behind the counter has a broad smile and open demeanor of a classic Turkish street vendor. Welcome, honored Efendim. Welcome. And how can Benghazi serve you today? You'd like a cup of coffee, perhaps? Coffee as in real coffee, not soy cap? Yes, for individuals of fine taste, I offer genuine bean coffee from my native Turkey. The cafe owner looks you in the eye. His tone, his voice grows low and serious. Yo, this is top shelf. This is a top shelf item, my friend. Not for the general public, only for those few discerning connoisseurs who can properly appreciate it. I think I'm the sort who can tell me about the Turkish coffee. It is hand-picked by my family in Turkey, a true delicacy of the Sixth World. This was considered a luxury even before the awakening, when bean coffee was everywhere, every street corner, they say. Benghazi leans in close, lowering his voice to a conspiratory whisper. Long hours in the shop have perfumed his body with the commingling scent of coffee, incense, and applewood tobacco. Trust me, if your coffee experience has been limited to soy calf, you must not deny yourself this opportunity. You will see God. All right, sold. How much? This is a specialty item delivered at some cost. I cannot part with it for less than 50 nuyen a cup. A cup? Yeah. Well, it's not too rich for me. Yeah, once. Very well. Benghazi hands you a ceramic traveling cup, with which then he fills it to the brim with dark, steaming liquid. The scent is intoxicating. If there's anything more than I can get you. All right, so coffee's not that, special, great. I mean, coffee's coffee. I don't particularly like coffee that much that I'd be spending that much. I'm only doing it because it's a game and my character. You really can't spend money on anything sensible besides weapons and armor, which doesn't make sense. Your character never goes to the bathroom. Your character never eats or drinks. Time just passes. Your character really never sleeps unless they say he sleeps. So, what else you going to spend your money on? Amsel sends his regards. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turkish voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on the knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to Herr Amsel my appreciation for his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs, seen to in the future, I am always happy to help. He tells me you're developing a menu for a friend of his now, Hera Winters, I believe. I want to hear about it. Yes, of course, O wise one. Kami, come. A young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Benghazi spits something out in rapid fire Turkish. As you wish, Uncle. I will see to it. I will see it right away. Kami offers you a shy grin, snaps her gums, and hurries back into the room that she came from. My girl Kami is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you. I am embarrassed to even ask, but it'll be most appropriate, appreciative of your help. What's a trifle? I'm not your errand boy. Of course, Harebrained guys. It's no trouble at all. All right. Altug's voice lowers to nearly a whisper. The errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I've installed a number of data taps in Berlin's fiber optic network as a part of my civic duty. You understand? These taps provide free matrix access for all who lives in the cruise bazaar. In order to maintain their their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each data tap and reset it. Simple enough. Yes, it's a simple job, time-consuming and a bit tedious perhaps, but simple. Just reset the taps and come back when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around this neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time you return, I should have the information about information that Her Amsel requested. All right, so I got 3 data taps, and kind of running out of time. All right, we're going to do this real quick, and then we're going to call it even. All right, so here's the yellow. Oh, there we go. We're going to reset this data tap. And it was done just by us touching it. See if we can find the other. Yeah. All right, where's the other data tab? Data tab. No, there we go. Oh, they're all the same. Okay. You know, I want to get to playing, what's that? It's a like cybernetic punk game. There's the last one. I have it, but I don't really play it that much. I only played up to a certain point the 3 times that I started playing it. But you, Cyber something 20 something. I'll probably get it at the end. Anyway. Alright, it's bothering me. I gotta figure it out. So. Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, I have that game. This game kind of reminds me of that. Well, besides it's in German. But, you know, how people live, the griminess and all of that. How people, you know, go about their lives. The only thing about those games is that there's never any... Maybe Cyberpunk 2077 is a little bit different. But I remember, like, the... what do you call those games? The Grand Theft games. Like, all the NPCs, when they talk, they said some grimy stuff like no one was ever happy, no one ever had anything good going on, they always had drama, you know, the worst dregs of society type of thing. It's like, yo, where are the people who are happy? Where are the people who are doing things? Where are the people who are making improvements? You just want to show the griminess of people, see how bad it is. It's not like that for the majority of people. I'm sorry. And that does exist for those people, but those people who live in those situations, they need to, you know, get with someone who has a mindset to help them get out of it, because, you know, Jesus is real and he loves us all, and there's joy with him and there's peace with him. Okay, something is happening with this one. As you are resetting the data tab, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system. An earplug dangles from the receiver. Yeah, let's put it to my ear. The sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you find you can make out two distinct voices: a nasal woman who sounds like a heavy smoker, and a man who's speaking a high-pitched, breathy tone. Just heard. Monica. Need to verify. Good for us. Yeah, keep listening. A sound like a conveyor belt starts adding to the noise of machinery, and you can't make out anything else until it comes to a stop a minute later. Think our next step. Nasal woman. Wait. Isn't ready to make a move yet. Have to be something to be patient. Something. See who steps up. Something. Could be someone more. Something. Let's continue listening. More conveyor belts start up. All you can hear is the sound of machinery. Let's continue listening. Some sort of motorized vehicle starts up, drowning out everything else. Continue listening. A bell rings loudly again and again. It sounds like a telephone. You hear the sound of a door slamming shut, and the noise of the machinery is suddenly muffled. There's a rattling of plastic, and a ringing stops. The nasal woman's voice can be heard again in a single song tone. Guten Tag, how may I help you? Her tone changes, it becomes more businesslike. I heard. Yes, he knows. I told him it wasn't time to make a move yet. What do you think I am, an idiot? The council needs to meet again. I know, getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. From my perspective, the cruise bazaar was only stable because of her. If she really is out of the way, well, we'll see, won't we? Ja, I know. What can I say? Things go slow in the flux sometimes. You can hear the sound of the door opening again, and the cacophony of machinery fills the line. You can't make anything out anymore. Okay, all right. So we got somebody who knows that Monica's dead. There's something about a council. So let's go talk to my friend. Let's just... Is there a button? There's not a button that you can push so that you can follow it. It's kind of disheartening, but we're going to go and tell my guy right here, then we're going to end it. So let's take a look at Altug Burangazi. Altug smiles at you from behind the counter. Welcome back, honored Elfendom. What does that mean? Findom? Is it Findom? I don't know. I don't speak German. I'm gonna ask my friend. How may I serve you? I'm finished with your little trifle, Aaron Benghazi. Ah, very good. I assume you had no difficulties? None at all. It was good. Taking the nice air, easy, just like you said. So those taps are public service, is it that? Difficulties? No. One of your taps have been modified a bit, though. Someone has been using it as a surveillance device. He laughs. Of course they were. I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't. This is Berlin, after all. And the flux, everyone spies. If you do not spy, how would you know who is in power and who would be in power next? If you were to stay here, Findom, you would get used to it. Who enters the Turkish bath will sweat, as my uncle Tadmir always says. Nevertheless, I shall have one of my people look into it. Wait, there's more. I listened in on the tap and heard something. Might be important. He eyes you closely, amused. Oh, ahoy. Tell me, listener at keyholes, what did you hear on the surveillance tap you found? I couldn't make out much. A nasal woman and a high-pitched man. They seemed pleased Monica was out of the picture. The Turk face falls. News travels fast in Berlin. Those two are known to me. Is there more? The woman got a call. She talked about a council meeting tonight to decide if they should make a move. Then she was drowned out by heavy machinery. He nods grimly. Most excellent. It is indeed fortuitous that you discovered this information, though it is not unexpected. I will have one of my people attend this council meeting and report back. Whatever you think is best, sounds good. Keep me in the loop. I'm very interested in this. Let me know what happened. With that out of the way, let us return to our pressing business. He barks a stream of rapid-fire Turkish, and the chewing gum young girl comes out hurrying out. And the chewing gum and the gum chewing, see, that's why I got it wrong. And the gum chewing young woman comes hurrying out to the counter. The menu for her Amsel, uncle. Kami hands you a folded piece of paper inside a memory stick. Please extend my condolences, consolations to him. The death of Freundin Schaefer must have hit him hard. Berengazi gives Kami a small nod, and she hurries out of the room. When she is gone, he returns his attention to you. Please express my condolences as well. I only just heard the news. Monica was an important part of this community. He frowns. Few know how important. The memory stick Kami just handed you should contain all the information Herr Amsel acquired from our chef in the field. Should you require my services in the future, you know where to find me. Until then, good day. Okay, alright. So, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. We discovered a lot of information, talked a lot of bit about what's going to go on. Our friend Monica, she's been offed pretty much from the last time we did this, and now we're trying to pick up the pieces, find out what's going on, why she was killed, even though we were doing some naughty business, breaking and entering, trying to steal something. She died in the process, and now we're trying to figure out why, because we believe that we're still being hunted. A lot of cool things going on. Like I always say, if this is your last piece of entertainment, which I do hope it is, I hope that you'll take the time within the next few moments of the day to do something beneficial for yourself. It could be as simple as planning what you're going to be doing for the next part of the week, meal planning, learning how to cook, getting into fitness, looking up what is best for you to eat, learning how to cook, learning how to prepare delicious meals, probably nutritious meals. Stop relying so much on fast food, which would make you fat, sloppy, and no real benefit to others. Also can lead to cancer. But anyway, do something that will benefit you, so that you so that you can in turn benefit those around you. Because God left us here to have dominion on this earth, but to pretty much have dominion in such a way that his name will be glorified and everyone will be happy. Only problem with that is that we're selfish. We want to choose our happiness over everyone else and not try to figure out a way how to incorporate other people's happiness with our happiness, which sometimes may not be the thing that the person thinks is happy or will make them happy. Sometimes you have to love a person, which is doing what is best for that person. Kind of like working out. Working out doesn't always feel good, but it is the best thing for your body. It helps you. Good eating, exercising, and good rest are the keys to being healthy. Please do that. Anyway, this is your boy, Legend Muyui, out.